I think this might be my best Pica screw design yet, by a wide margin. But to recap, as I've been getting some newcomers asking what the hell is a Pica screw lately, I invented a screw with a hidden slot, made a cheaper and more functional micro version, developed a flush mount standoff product for the sign industry, and figured out how to use that hardware for the floating shelf in the first clip. Someone I trust and respect recently told me that a Pica screw floating shelf is what I should be trying to get right and show people. So when I got the inspiration for a floating shelf build, I asked permission to do a project in the house and replace the boring but functional shelves in our living room. This is not normal behavior from me. Cobbler's kids go shoeless situation. But I take that as a good sign. The Pica screws are pushing me in the direction of designing and building more actual woodworking projects. I have been thinking about floating shelves for a long time now. In fact, my tonal storage shelf was one of the first projects I did with version 1 of the Pica screw. But the new micro version and the standoff open up some really cool possibilities. Because it's countersunk, I could size a piece to the screw's largest diameter and sand right to the edge of the countersink. This is a little fiddly, but when the standoff barrel is behind it, it gives this really cool look of a metal rod sort of just blending into the wood. It's just eye-catching enough. You don't quite know what's going on that I think it looks really cool, and people have seemed to agree so far. I love the look of the dark Peruvian walnut against the brass Picaware, but stainless steel also looked good and matched the rest of the home decor better, so that's what I went with, but curious what you like more. Also, as the title suggests, and contrary to my use of the term floating shelf so far in this video, I've heard some good arguments both for and against this design meeting the strict definition of floating shelf, so I'd be curious to have it out in the comments. Regardless, it's a Pica shelf, and if you want to build one, I put together a hardware kit to make and mount one shelf to drywall or the stud behind it, link in the description. If you buy this, you'll get a model for the version that I built and several other slight variations, so you can pick one or riff on it. I'll also be publishing short videos with an explanation of all the steps in the build, so the nuances that I'm skipping in this video will be covered. It's pretty easy, and I got it done in just a couple hours. And that actually has me thinking about selling the complete shelf. I could do small batches to kick it off and then find a production shop to scale it up. I've never sold anything that you didn't have to be a pretty serious woodworker to purchase. If you're going to buy a twin turbo vise, you've got a project on your hands. It's not a casual hobbyist kind of project. And if Picaware is going to be the business I think it could be, I need to reach different segments. Part of that's business to business, like the standoff I developed for the sign industry, but that could also be a broader consumer. I'm thinking about it anyway. Your feedback would be great. Thanks for watching.
Dad, how is it turning?
Well, you gotta join my channel to learn how I did that.